Welcome to the Social Stack, your go-to channel for social media and marketing tips and tricks. I'm Amy Stack, and today we are going to cover how to enhance your listings digitally with Keller Williams Command. Before we get started, if this is your first time here and you want to learn more about marketing and social media for your real estate business, go ahead and start now by subscribing to my channel. Just click that red subscribe button and then make sure to click the bell icon to receive new content notifications anytime a new video is launched. You guys ready to get started? All right, so I'm guessing most of you have been to trainings about some of the cool marketing features in Command up to this point. Is that right? I'm seeing some nods. All right, great. Do you guys feel comfortable implementing those different things into your marketing strategy? We're getting some so-sos, a lot of no's shaking their heads. Okay, so that's why I put this class together. I want to show you guys how you can start to incorporate some of those pieces into your business and see results. All right, so that's the goal for today. And before we go any further, I just want to double check. If you guys haven't noticed, I am back in my office at my office, so I'm on a little bit different equipment today. So if you guys, I want to make sure everybody can hear me okay and I sound good still. You can, okay, I'm getting some thumbs up, great. So if anything happens and there's like some tech issues, let me know. Put it in the chat or unmute yourself and let me know. I want to make sure that you guys have everything you need and can hear and see what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to go, like I said, we're going to go kind of quick through the Command pieces today, just because we have lots of trainings on how to do everything, and I want to get you guys more into strategy versus how-tos today. Sound good? All right. Then what I want to do first is pull up a landing page, or how to create a landing page. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. Let's see here. I want this screen. Okay, can everybody see my screen okay? Yes, I'm getting nods. Perfect. Let me open up my chat box in case anything pops up here. Okay. So the first thing, oop, I lost my window. I can't see your faces. 1 second. There we go. Let's come over here. Okay. Let me show you how to get to landing pages really quick. So I'm in my demo account for KW Command, and you want to come all the way down to the button here that says Consumer in the bottom left. And that will take you right to the pages that you can create web pages and landing pages. So to start, we're just going to hit the create a new site button. We want a standalone page. This is not connected to our website, and we're going to go ahead and create a page. And I want to show you guys how to get some Matterport tours right into a landing page, and then we'll show how to advertise it too. So I'm going to drop in a bunch of the widgets here. Put a headed, our branded header at the top, a listing. I want to put our video widget in here, download my app. We're going to do a lead capture form and our legal footer. Okay, so now that I have it laid out how I want it, I am going to go to configure widgets. We're going to start with the branded header. You guys can call the page whatever you want. You don't have to write 3D tour in the name. I'm just labeling with that so that I know what it is when I'm looking at it in the future. If you just want to say like welcome to 123 Main Street, you could do that as well. I'm going to save and apply, and you'll see that header pop up. I'm going to go to our next section, and we're going to pick a listing. So this is our demo account, so it's not linked to any particular agent. I'm just going to see what's in Glen Ellen around me. And we're going to pull in Margaret's listing right here. Margaret's on our ALC. Thanks for letting us use your listing. Okay. And I think it's running a little slower. I'm on a different computer than I normally am when I do the Zoom, so it's just taking a little bit of extra time here. All right, so we've got the listing in place. a picture chosen, I'm just gonna save and apply that. All of that information pulls right in from the MLS for you guys. And we're gonna go on to our next widget. I think I'm going too fast for my computer. All right, so our next widget you can see is the video widget, which is this guy right here. So this is where I want to talk to you a little bit. You'll need to do some prep work before you actually have something to put in here. You have to have a video, right? It's got to come from somewhere. So my suggestion to you guys is we've talked a lot about open houses and how to do tours and showings virtually because of everything that's going on in the country right now. Some people just don't feel comfortable, either listers, sellers don't feel comfortable having people in their home, and on the other side, buyers don't always feel comfortable traipsing around other people's homes all the time because you don't know, you want to be safe, right? So one of the things we've talked about a lot recently is doing Matterport tours and then recording yourself giving a guided tour through that Matterport. So some of the ways you can do that are through programs like Zoom that we're on today. You can open a Zoom with yourself and record your meeting. So you can actually go through a Matterport. I just pulled up a sample tour video. Let me turn the volume off on it here. So you can actually manually manipulate the screen and talk about it just like you would be talking to a person that was with you in that house right now. So in this case, you'd say, look at, these gorgeous windows, lots of space, open concept, and as you're walking through, you just explain to the clients exactly what you would be explaining to them if they were standing next to you in the property, and you record that video and save it. So from there, like I said, Zoom is a great way to do that. You can also use Loom, L-O-O-M. It's very similar. And what's nice about both of these platforms is you can have a little window with your picture in it so that people can still familiarize themselves with you, and it helps to feel a little bit more personal. So step one is to create your video. Now, if you have a YouTube channel, you can upload your video to YouTube just like we are seeing this one has been uploaded right now. If not, you'll need the actual file, the MP4 file for your landing page. Before I go any further, does anybody have questions about this part that I just talked about creating that video? I want to make sure everybody understands what I'm talking about here.
Does Loom have the capability for you to edit it if you have messed up in some way?
I've never tried to edit anything with Loom. I know you can snip it. I don't know if you can take like parts out of the middle or anything like that.
Okay.
But you don't have to use those services. Some people have like special video apps and whatnot too. So it's up to you, whatever platform you're comfortable with. Loom and Zoom both have free components. So that's why I like recommending those two.
Okay, I have a question.
Yep.
Can you just do this with your iPhone walking around the house?
Absolutely. If you want to go to the property and just do a video and with you talking in the background, obviously your face isn't really going to be in the video then, but you can absolutely walk through with your phone. It doesn't have to be an iPhone, whatever phone you have that does video, and just narrate as you're walking through. Just make sure, if you're doing something like that, I recommend maybe buying a gimbal or something that's going to help you keep the video still and not shaky. So you don't want to walk through the house and it to look like that. Am I shaking? You get the idea?
Okay.
Right? So you can get something to help you with that, or there's apps that you can purchase that will help stabilize your videos too. If you've got a really steady hand, then great, you don't need any of that stuff.
Okay. My next question is, you're getting ready to create these landing pages. And so this would be effective like if you have a YouTube channel. But if you don't have a YouTube channel, then who's seeing it? Because more people are on MLS, Zillow, and things like that.
Yeah, that's what we're going over right now.
Okay.
Is how to do that. So the landing page actually doesn't have anything to do with YouTube, except that if you have a video on YouTube, you can pull it right in and get more views from it that way. So I'm just going to use this link to show you. If you have a link, you just copy it from YouTube. And I'm actually going to go right back into Command here. And we're going to say, take a 3D tour for the header of my video space right here. And you can put a description of the property, and then you can see right over here it says use a URL or upload your video. So if you don't have it living on the internet, you have to have the actual video file. It'll take an MP4, and in that case you just hit upload video here. It will take a little bit of time to upload. Don't worry, it's working, I promise. So I have that link I want to share, so I'm just going to paste the link in. We'll hit save and apply, and this one's going to be a little bit more instantaneous. Yeah, we'll scroll back down. There we go. So that's the video I was just showing you guys. You can see it's embedded right into that page now. And I always like to customize the app to say, instead of the, I put my app, or, you know, Linda's app, just to make it a little bit more custom. And your URL should feed right in there. Save and apply that. And then, oh, I went too far. I'm gonna go to my next widget. I wanna look at the lead form. And you can see it already says interested, let's talk. You can absolutely leave that if you want, but you can say want to learn more, or anything else that you wanna put in there as well, and then hit save and apply. Okay, so I have my landing page customized. You can see that listing pulled in with all the pictures from the MLS and all the information. We've got our video, our app prompt, lead capture form, and then your legal footer that will keep you compliant. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit publish. So we've got our page created. And now what do we do with it? There's so many things you can do with it. Linda, you were just ahead of the game. You knew what was coming. All right, so some of the things that you can do with these landing pages, let me click on it so you guys can see what it looks like to the public, is share it out to agents in your area that are, or in the area of the property that are, that have done production there. So you can contact your leadership team to pull agent stats, to see who's done business in the area of your house, to contact them directly. So you can call, text, email them. Some places, some areas will have some sort of like homeowners association book that you can get from them to get contact information for people that live in the area. You can check Remind. You can talk to your sellers or people in the area. Maybe they have groups that they're part of, that they have a directory that they're willing to share with you to help, you know, move their property faster. So those are a lot of ways you can do it through, you know, more traditional email, phone, and text communication. You can obviously always go door knocking and put a link on your flyer to give to people with this. And you can post it on Facebook or other social media platforms. I'm going to show you how to do a Facebook ad for it right now. So that's just a few ways you can use it. Like I said, I want to show you how to do the Facebook ad, and I actually already started one in Command here. Let me move my screen over a little. So to get into your campaigns, you just click that little megaphone, and you can see.
Before you start that, Amy, could I ask a question?
Sure.
You can put QR codes on flyers and things of that nature. Can a video be linked to the QR code that you use?
Anything that has a link can be linked to a QR code. So if your video is on YouTube or in your Google Drive and you have a link, you can link that to the QR code.
So you could put that on the flyer.
Sure, absolutely. That's a great idea. I'm actually going to talk about QR codes on the postcards too. All right, so I'm in campaigns, and like I said, I already drafted one. So what I'm going to do is go into my paid ads, and you can see here's my Matterport ad. I'm going to jump around a couple of different parts of Command, but I want you to see what we're building, and then I'm going to show you real quick how you can go and put that together. So I'm going to do Edit Campaign, and while that's loading, I'm going to open another tab of Command. window's too big for my monitor here. There we go. Okay, so you can see on the right-hand side, I've already loaded in information about this property, including this cool graphic here. So I want to show you how to make that first. So in Designs, which is this little guy on the left, you can see my tour right here, my tour ad that I was just showing you. And all I did was, well, in this case, I just Googled Matterport because I didn't have one to use. But if you have a Matterport tour or any tour that you're working with, just take a screenshot from the tour. And I made that the background of this image. So all I did was I had the image on my desktop and I just dragged it right in. Well, here you can see they're all loading now. I put a couple in to show you guys different things. So anytime you want to make an image a background, when you hover over them, you'll see this little grid, and you can see if I leave my cursor on it, it actually says use as background. So that will make it automatically the background of whatever graphic you're on. So I made that cool shot of the inside of the house, you know, that dollhouse view, the background. And then I went all the way up to the top here and I hit company. And you have a really neat little library of app images that are already provided by KWRI. So I think I used this one right here. But if you wanted a different one, maybe you like that view better, just drag and drop it into place. If you want to show how the market snapshot works, you could do that. I'm going to stick with the same one I've had. And then of course I added my text in here that says take a 3D tour now. Now if you were doing a video like Linda had said where you're walking through the property, just change take a 3D tour to a guided walkthrough or something. It doesn't, you know, you just change the text a little bit there. And then of course I added the logo in the top right. And you can see I titled this Matterport Facebook. So I've already created this design. I'm gonna move my window over a little. Everybody's beautiful faces are on top of where I need to click. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into that campaign I had already started. And you can see I didn't select a listing in this case. You absolutely can if you want to, but I don't want to use one of the listing photos for my ad on Facebook. I want to use that cool graphic that I made. So if I come into Add Media and hit Configure, I'm gonna just delete this one really quick. You can see it went away. This is the power of command. If you make that graphic inside Designs and then click Select Media, and you can say, right, it's defaulting to choose from a listing, but if I go here and hit Add Images, I have the option to browse my design library. And what do you know? The design I already created is right there waiting for me, and it loaded right in. I didn't have to download and upload anything. It's right there automatically. You can resize it over here, but just hit preview and crop. And this fits perfectly into the space that I want, so I don't need to crop anything. And I'm just gonna hit save, and you can see it loaded right into the right-hand side there as my preview. Then we have our text. You can see I said fall in love, and I did a little heart emoji. With this distinctive craftsman style home, it will delight you inside and out without even leaving your couch. Take a 3D tour of every inch of it as you are there by clicking Learn More below. So you can see over here, we have the Learn More button. So that's prompting them to go ahead and click that button. So obviously, if we're doing something like Linda's guided walkthrough, you're going to change that text a little bit, but this gives you an idea of what you can start with. And then I made the headline, take a 3D tour now, to make it sound, you know, interesting and intriguing. And people are like, oh, I don't have to go there to see it. That kind of draws their attention in a little bit. So that's what I have in my text for my ad. Showed you how to upload the photo already. And then when you go to Facebook, make sure, I don't have our account isn't hooked up right now, but you always want to use this Facebook lead generation form. And the reason for that is Facebook will automatically prompt them to put their information in for you, and it will auto-populate, and then they have the opportunity to change it if they want to, but you're a lot more likely to get contact information by using that Facebook lead generation form button. So make sure you're always clicking that. And after you click that, you have the option to change your call to action button. So you can see over here, I was talking about learn more. If we want to change that to sign up, contact us, whatever you want there, I'm going to leave it as learn more. And then you have a URL destination. So this is awesome. People want to click this ad because they want that 3D tour of that house, but they're going to want it right now, right? They don't necessarily want to wait and have you contact them and send them something. They want to see it right away. So what you do for this destination URL, we've already created that landing page. Hit choose a landing page. And here, remember I named it 3D tours. Again, I'm not having to leave this page at all. It pulls that landing page information right in for me. So now when somebody clicks learn more, after they provide me with their information, which then automatically goes into your command account and sends you an alert through Kelly and your little bell up here that you have a new contact, a new lead, they will receive the link to your landing page. It's pretty cool, right? And right embedded in that landing page will be the video that you uploaded in there. And if you want to have the video higher above the listing, you can do that on the landing page before you send it out to the public too. Any questions on that? I see you talking, but you're muted, Linda.
Yeah. Okay. The video right now, you've got it linked to a landing page. Can that also be linked to our individual websites?
The video or the Facebook ad?
The video.
So you can put videos in the website. It's a little harder than it is within the landing page. You have to do some HTML coding to get that to work right now. There's not an easy widget like there is on the landing page.
Okay, because I thought, well, each one of us has our own KW website, and it might be good to add things to it if people are already going there versus trying to introduce a landing page someplace else that people might not be familiar with finding. Okay.
Well, and that's the thing is you'll be sending people this link directly, so there's no finding to be had. You're going to provide it to them, so they don't have to hunt around for it. Yeah. The website is more going to be used for information about you, for your testimonies, to get your app download link, stuff like that. People are going to be using the app mostly versus the actual web platform. That's just how the world is going right now. Everything's moving to mobile devices. So people will be more on that app than on your physical. Well, I guess the website's not physical, but then on your desktop website. Okay. All right. So we went over the ad. The next thing I want to show you, let me go ahead and hit save as draft here. After this, you would just have to assign your area, your target market, and then, of course, how long and how much money you want to spend on it. And hit go, and off you go. Any of the leads that come in through Facebook then will also get you that notification right on your Kelly app and inside Command. And they'll be marked in Command with a little like teal circle with an L on it, so you'll know that they're a lead. And then you can search by leads as well, and it will actually show you in the contact where the lead came from. So it'll say that it came from this Facebook ad. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show you, we were talking about QR. Yes?
Does it identify just Facebook ad, or does it identify the exact Facebook ad it came from?
It should tell you the name of the ad. That's why it has you name the ad before you
Okay.
create it.
Thank you.
Good question.
Hey, Amy, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Howdy, howdy. So when I've tried to do the Facebook ads and add the video, it only lets you do like a video clip, which obviously doesn't work when, you've paid a photographer to do the video and, it's this whole long thing. So is this where when we do the landing page, we can get the videos in there and then connect it to the Facebook ad?
Yep, absolutely. So with the Facebook ad, you don't want the ad to run the full video. You just want to give them a little taste, a little teaser, right? Because
Okay.
if you provide them with that full video, there's no reason for them to give you their contact information.
I see. Okay.
if you give them that little teaser and they're like, yeah, I want to see more of this, well, then they have to give you something for you to give them the full video. See how it works?
See how that works. However, how do we cut the video down? That's a different question. Okay, go ahead.
All right, thanks.
What's a different problem? Okay, go ahead.
All right, so moving on, we're still in the campaign section here. I want to go to direct mail. All right, so I'm going to, again, just create a new campaign, direct mail, 3D tour is what I'm going to call it. You would, call it something that you're not going to call all of your tours 3D tour because then you won't know which one's which. So make it identifiable for you. I'm going to say that I'm attracting listings, and we're going to do the default templates in here. Okay. Let's find another Glen Ellen property. So again, whatever. Oh, I'm looking at my listings. We don't have any in the demo account, so I'm going to switch over to all listings here. We're going to pull Margaret's in again. Keep it consistent. We're advertising that same property.
Margaret's so kind.
What was that?
Margaret is so kind.
I know. All right, so I'm going to do one of the bigger postcards here. Let's do a 6x11. And again, we have this description. So what we can do, instead of putting the description of the property, you can put more than what I'm going to type, but for time's sake, I'm just going to say, see a 3D tour. Right, get a 3D tour from the comfort of your home. Okay, so you would put, whatever information you actually want to add in there. You can see you have up to 1,000 characters there, and you can change, the beds and baths, all of that stuff. And assign your photo from your listing. So we're going to use this one. All right, so really what I want to show you here, oh, she's got a low res photo. That's okay, you can always override that and manually update a photo in there. But what I want to show you here that's the most important for today's training is, first of all, putting in that call to action about, oh, I lost my here, details. Get a 3D tour from the comfort of your home. Scan the QR code now. Today, or whatever you want to say. Okay, so over on the right we now have the option, and this is fairly new in the last couple months, to click this tracking button with the QR code. So if I turn this on, what's going to happen is a few things. One, it's going to allow me to add a link for the person scanning the QR code to pull up. So what am I going to put in there? Anybody?
The 3D tour.
Yeah, my landing page. So again, you can see all the pages I've already created right here. So if I click 3D tour, that's my landing page that I created. But then look at this. Can you guys all see this yellow blurb right here? This is huge. Add a QR code to your postcard. Cool, we did that. Once scanned by the recipient, they will be taken to a page where their contact information is captured and tracked back to this campaign. So that means now through mail, not just through Facebook, you can track and get people's information and see who's looking at those postcards. Isn't that awesome? I see Jana, oh my God. So this will capture their information just like the Facebook ad would, so that you can call and reach out to them.
Amy?
Email, put them on their smart plans. Yes.
I'm very new to the whole QR code business. Can that QR code be scanned multiple times by different, like if the person says, oh, my friend would like this house, and they scan that, and then you'd get their information? It's not just a one-to-one thing?
I believe so. So I haven't seen any of these postcards come into our office yet with the QR codes. So it should, in theory, every time it's scanned from a different device, it knows that it's a new device, so it's going to prompt you to put in your contact information.
Okay, cool.
So notice that I put on here that you can just scan it with your camera. So you don't even have to have QR code apps anymore. You can just open the camera app on your phone. This guy, I know it's hard to see, it's reflecting everything, but you just open your camera app like you're gonna take a picture and scan, put the QR code in front of it, and it will pull the landing page up. And I think, let's do this. All right, you guys, pull up your cameras and scan that QR code. And on an iPhone, you can see, well, you can't really tell. I got a little notification at the top that says open this page, and if I click on it, it opens up that landing page that I created.
Wowzer.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I literally just downloaded an app yesterday for QR code.
I know, I still have my QR app on my phone, but you can just use your camera now. So there's a little tech tip for you on top of a marketing tip. So that's how the QR code works. So then once you have that all set up, you're gonna come down and do your targeting. And if you guys weren't aware, you can, oh, where's my, hang on 1 second. You can adjust your quantities. Where did my button go? Okay, something's acting funky right now, but that's okay. So usually when you do your targeting, it actually pulls up a map, and you can actually eliminate specific houses if you want to drill down that deep. You can make, do like a draw on the map, so you can make whatever shape you want and dictate specifically where you want to go. And then there's some other filters like renters or homeowners that you can set on there as well. Oh, I'm a step ahead of myself. That's the problem. Up here under configure targeting, that's where you would do that. It won't let me go there because I don't have all these things in here. I don't think, yeah. So let's do, this is not my logo, but I just want to put something in here so we can keep going. And Margaret's picture is now an ad for my 66-day challenge. And we'll change this photo too. Okay, so of course you're gonna put your actual photos in here. I think we're almost green on everything. All right, let's do this. Oh, it didn't autofill. Oh my. Okay. Verified. Awesome. Okay, so now that I have all my green check marks, maybe it'll let me go with a bad photo. Dang. I mean, that's good that it doesn't want you to have a bad photo, but not for our purposes today. Let's see, what do I have in my downloads? Anything high res? Guys, I don't have a high res photo. All right, well, we're gonna try one more. Yeah, we're gonna drag this in.
Any photo that you'd get from a
Your photographers will all have
photographer would be, right?
Yes, correct. That's okay. All right, so what will happen is once you get a good quality photo in here, you can do your configure targeting, and it will actually bring up a map for you to look at, and it'll have a little dot for every house, and it will have some filters and settings that you can filter through before you send your campaign out as well. So you can do some very specific targeting with the direct mail campaigns. Okay, Any questions about that? All right, then the last thing I want to show you is actually how to do online searches from the consumer side of things. So when you go to your website, oh, I wonder if I can download this as a high res. Sorry, I just squirreled a little bit. Let's do that. All right, well, that's downloading. We're going to go to the website. So this, Linda, goes back to your actual website. This is no longer the landing page. This is your website. When people come do a search, has everybody seen this screen before? When you search, it gets, you know, it looks like this. You get the split screen with the map and the properties. Yeah, I'm seeing some head nods. Okay. Then this is, you know, I'm a consumer, I'm looking at this website and I find a property that I want to learn more about. So I go ahead and click on it. This one on Stagecoach looks pretty cool. I like that uplighting in the picture. I'm attracted to the property. We're going to dig in a little bit more. And it's loading. Okay. So, you know, you get all the property information. This is cool. This is great. I think I want to see more about, you know, learn a little more about this property. Yeah, I like all the pictures. Look at this button right here. Did you guys know you had that schedule video tour button? So if you click on that, your client or, you know, potential client will put their information in. So that right? Yeah. And I already have an account. So if they don't have an account, it's going to prompt them to sign up. If they do, they'll just log in. Oh, and actually, oh, did I make that? I got so many. One sec. Oh, I'm hitting sign up instead of log in, you guys. I don't know how to read. That was my problem. There we go. Okay, so I just switched my agent to front desk because that's the account that I'm in. Okay, I had Linda Smith as my agent, you guys, so I wasn't biased with anybody. Okay, so now that I'm logged in, when I go and hit schedule video tour, you can see I get a few different options here. So you can see the property pops right up and with a little map, but then I can provide 3 different days and times that I think would work for me to do this video tour. So let's say I want to do one today in the evening. I can do one tomorrow in the morning, and I can do one Saturday in the afternoon. So I can select 3 different times. Oops, sorry, I got click happy. We'll do that again. So I can select 3 different time frames that would work for me, and then you as the agent would receive this along with the request. Here we go. And you can see here, I clicked on schedule a video tour, so it's already selected on live video. However, if they want to do an in-person showing, they can just toggle that button over. We want to look at live video today. Check out the next question. Select your preferred video platforms. So me as the client, okay, I'm all right with doing Zoom. Yeah, I'm comfortable with FaceTime. I don't really know what these other ones are, so I'm going to leave it like that. And then I can say, can't wait to see it, or whatever I want to ask questions about. And then I hit schedule tour. And this is what the client receives, and they should get an email responder as well. And you, on the agent side, this is why it's important to have your notifications turned on your Kelly app. You will get a notification on Kelly. That's the blue app with the white KW, and it's KELLE. So you'll get a notification in Kelly. You will also get a notification, if I did this right, in Command. So I sent it right through our demo account. So we have this little bell here. Site notification, video tour requested from Amy Stack. Did you see how quick that was? It was instantaneous. I keep saying that. I think that's a word I made up. I think it's just instant.
You didn't make it up. That's a word.
Okay, it's a real word. Great. So you saw it said video tour request from Amy Stack. So now if I go into my contacts, I can search for me. Actually, I'll probably be at the top because I'm an A.
When
Oh.
you get a notification in Command, you have to be in Command to see that. Is that correct?
Well, you'll get it on your Kelly app too. So if you're not logged into Command, as long as you have your app set up for notifications, you'll get it on your phone as well. Okay, so here I am with that lead, that tour I just requested, and notice two things. We've got that lead circle that I told you you would see for anybody that clicks in through a lead form or Facebook or anything like that. And then we have this green check mark right here. Do you guys know what that means?
That they're in there right now.
Yeah, that means Amy's looking at something right now. She's logged in and she's checking it out. So I'm connected to the site right now. So if you're logging into Command and checking on your contacts, anybody with that green check mark, that is somebody you should call right away. Do not tell them that you see that they're online or they were checking recently. Just say you were thinking about them. And they're gonna be like, oh, I was just checking out your website or whatever it is that they're looking at. But I wanted to pull this up because I clicked on the contact. You can see right here on the right-hand side, contact requested a video tour on this property, and see the request. There's all of my availability. There are the platforms that I said I'm comfortable with, and here are my notes. How powerful is that? That's half the information you need right there. And then you can even go view the listing to see what I was looking at to get more information about the property. Isn't that awesome?
Yes,
You
absolutely.
guys have any questions about that? No? Okay. So that's how you can do the video tours. And at this point, you can either send them your tour that you've pre-created, or you can actually schedule a showing for yourself to go to the property and do, you know, that FaceTime video tour with them. I recommend at this point, you know, if they've requested something a couple days off, maybe send them your recorded tour and say, you know, I wanted you to have some information before we get in, and then still schedule the tour because, you know, maybe they want you to open that closet door or check out the light fixtures, get a little closer. But so you can absolutely still send them your tour that you've already recorded. You don't have to. You can just schedule that tour at the property and you would go yourself and meet with them via Zoom or FaceTime, whatever, you know, whatever they talked about for their platforms and you guys have agreed upon ahead of time. Any questions on that? Okay, so you can do this through, I showed you on the website because I'm on a computer, but your clients can do this right through the app as well. So make sure you guys are playing around with that consumer app yourself so that you are familiar with what your clients are seeing. So if they tell you that they were on your app and they saw XYZ, you don't look like you've never opened the app before and don't know what they're talking about, okay? So that's important. Make sure you play around with it yourself as well. And one last thing, speaking of seeing it on the app, I'm going to save this again. I want to show you one other thing on the landing pages. If you ever want to come back and edit it, I'll show you how to get in there. But I also want you guys to be able to see what your landing page looks like on desktop versus mobile, because so many people are using mobile now. You might want to, you know, give that a little preview ahead of time. So we're going to go back into our consumer app. Here's my 3D tours. To edit any landing page you've already made, just click those three little dots on the far right and hit edit. And you'll see it'll pull right back up for us. And up in the top left-hand corner, you can see we've got a little monitor, a tablet, and a mobile or a phone. So we've been on desktop this whole time, but if I click tablet, it will show you how it will look on a tablet, which is still Looks great. Same thing, click on the little phone, and here's what it looks like on their phone. Still nice and formatted, pretty, easy to read, easy to see. So if you guys ever want to preview that, that's what these little buttons are at the top left. So we covered a bunch of stuff today, you guys. Since we have a little bit of time, I wanted to know if anybody has ever heard of Astor Room.
No.
No, okay. So I know that some agents are getting into this. I'm not saying it's something you should or shouldn't do. I just have heard about it recently, and I thought it was a neat little gadget. For I think it's like $100 or $150, you can get a little kit, and it's Astor Room, ASTEROOM, and it will actually let you do Matterport tours on your phone.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So there's a little device that actually just screws right into a tripod, and then your phone slips right into it. And it also comes with a wide angle lens that you just clip to the edge of your phone. So you would need to, the tripod sold separately, so you'd need to have a tripod for that. But you would put your little phone in it and spin it, you know, slowly, and it would record, and you can make your own essentially Matterport videos, but you know, not Matterport because that's trademarked. Okay, so let's see. Today we're talking about. Oh, what was that?
And they don't look amateurish.
Oh, here. Let's go to their website. I don't have one. I think we should get one for the office. What do you guys think? Should
Absolutely.
I ask for some money? I just want to play with it. So you just go to astorroom.com, and there's going to be little videos on here that you can see. But yeah, so this is what I was saying. It's got this little part that clips the bottom, screws into a tripod, and the top of your phone just slides right into. And you just film in a little circle. And there's the camera attachment. If you have, I think an iPhone 11 or higher for iPhones, you already have a wide angle lens, so you don't need it. But if you don't have that, this comes with the kit. Trying to see if, I'm sure they have a video sample somewhere. Oh, right here. That's it. So pretty cool, right? So that's like a floor plan layout, and then the actual tour. So that's what it looks like. So, you know, a couple $100 investment up front, but keep in mind, this is going to take you time to do. So if you are, you know, think time and money, right? Yeah, it's a little less money to do this than to hire out a company, but do you want to spend the time going to the property and shooting all the footage? But something to consider. Thought I'd share that with you. So you guys, we covered a bunch of ground today. Oh, did you have a question? Go ahead, Charlie.
What is your, I didn't realize on the webpage that you developed for me that I can search for homes. I discovered that last night. And my question is, why would people, what's the advantage of my consumer app versus having people look from my webpage?
Oh, it's the same search. It's just one's mobile and one's desktop.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I thought that would be easier to go right to the web page. I don't know.
Well, if they're, you know, if they're out and about, they don't necessarily have a computer with them, so the app is very handy for that. The search features are the same, but the app, there's other features too that aren't on the website, like the guides, and we'll have, you know, two-way communication coming down the line too, so you can talk to your clients directly through the KW app in the future.
Okay. And people that are using this Astor Room, are they still hiring a photographer to do stuff?
My guess would be yes. I haven't seen if they like have stills, or if they do, what, you know, what kind of quality they're, but I would say that people are probably still doing, Yeah, it doesn't say anything about stills. I would say that they're probably still hiring a photographer. I also don't know if you have to house the footage with them or anything. Yeah, see, so there's some monthly stuff. So if you want to house projects with them, there's a monthly fee with that. But so it might be worth looking into depending on what you're doing in your business right now. So
I
10
think
projects is
for the
free.
office.
We gotta work on Kelly with our budget. All right. Anything else I can help you guys answer? Got a couple minutes left.
I may have missed it. How do we develop our own QR code to, let's say, link to our website?
So the postcards will do it automatically for you. I do have a video on my YouTube channel specifically about making QR codes, but in the short version is if you just Google QR code generator, you'll have a whole bunch come up. Some of them are free, some are paid. So, I mean, you can always do it for free. The ones that have paid accounts will let you do more tracking and usually have extra features with it too. But yeah, if you go on my YouTube site and just search QR code, I have a little video that talks about some of the differences in the different codes and how to create them.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
Sure. Okay, so we talked about walkthrough videos, Matterport videos, how to make a landing page with them, create something in designs. We went over Facebook ads. We talked about the mailers and QR codes. And we talked about the video tour button on your website and app. That's a ton of stuff, you guys. Thank you for sticking through it with me.
Thank you for presenting it.
Of course. Do you guys feel like you have a little bit more of an idea of how to use these in your marketing strategy now? And you can talk. Charlie's shaking his head. I did not accomplish my goal.
I know I'm going to have to listen to it a couple of times, but I'm glad that you presented it. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, my pleasure. I'm glad that this worked out. So make sure that when you're at your listing presentations, you talk about all these things with your clients too, that you have all these features to help get their house seen and in front of more people. Right, we're not going to talk about how you're going to get more buyers out of it, but that's going to get a lot more people's eyes on it. If you're doing 3D tours and advertising it on Facebook and it's on a landing page you can send out and, right, all these extra services. So that's it for today, unless there's any more questions.
Thank you.
Thanks, Karen. Karen said
Thank
she wishes she had a quarter of what I have in my head. Thank you for saying that. That's why I like doing these classes, so I can get it out to all of you. All right, well, I'm going to do a shameless plug. If you guys haven't heard, I'm doing a 66-day challenge for getting started in social media. It started yesterday, so you still have lots of time to catch up. If you want to head over to my YouTube channel, I'm reviewing how to set up a Facebook business page, Instagram for business, and then YouTube. So I just launched the challenge yesterday. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel and follow along for that challenge. And of course, anybody in the E2P offices, if you ever need help with developing these marketing pieces, you don't want to do it yourself, we do offer that as services through the office that goes right onto your monthly bill. So we're here for you, me and Tanya both. We can do it all.
That's good.
Amy,
Right.
on the YouTube, on your channel, I got 2 separate notifications about day 1. Are they different? I got them about 45 minutes apart.
No, you're not subscribed as 2 different emails, are you?
Oh, maybe. I'll have to see. I'll look
Yeah,
at that because
oh, go ahead.
I'll look at that because I didn't think of that.
Yeah, you might have it, but that's okay. You can be subscribed twice and just not have your notification on once, and then I get 2 subscribes. No, I'm just kidding. No, you guys feel free to share those with anybody and my channel with anybody too. I'm happy to get the word out. I'm not charging for the training or anything. So anybody that you think could find it useful, send them my way.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure, Charlie.
I think you just answered it in this video, but that Vimeo video that I have wouldn't allow Command wouldn't allow me to upload that. But if I upload that into YouTube and then from YouTube to Command, will that work?
Do you have the original video file or do you just have the link?
Well, I could get all I have is the link, but I can get the original file.
I think you're gonna run into the same issue on YouTube. So if he can send you that original MP4 file, that would be ideal. Because I
Or
think
he
you'll
can
run
just
into the same
upload.
issue.
If he uploaded it onto my YouTube channel, would that work?
Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do.
Okay, then you want to get the original file because he won't be able to upload it as you unless you give him your login information.
Okay.
And you don't, I mean, depending on what your goals are with the YouTube channel, you don't necessarily want to be sending people to other people's YouTube channels to see your videos. You want them to come to yours to get your, you know, your SEO up and your subscriptions and all of that stuff. So it's always best to have the original content for your own channel.
Yep. Cool beans.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's something I can help with too if you want to talk about it later.
Okay.
All right, well, you guys, it's 10:59. I think we have an 11 o'clock class today, so I'm going to sign off, but I do appreciate you coming. I know we're doing something. Oh, next week is how to run your social media. We're going to do an Ask Amy, so if you have specific questions ahead of time, feel free to email those to me or post it on my Facebook posts when I announce that, but we're going to just talk about best practices for running your social media sites and do a general Q&A. That'll be back at 1 o'clock next week.
Okay, this one moved around a lot.
It did, yeah. So something popped up that we had to move it to the morning. We had something in the office that we have to do at 1 o'clock today. So thanks for sticking with us.
My pleasure. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Thanks, guys. See you later.